It's been quite a while since we have talked about the pastor of Woke United Methodist. Preachers will sometimes go on what they call sabbaticals. When you are preaching in front of the same congregation every Sunday, week after week after week, your message can become a bit stale. You begin to get writer's block, your ideas aren't as fresh. You need some time off to recharge your batteries to get their creative juices flowing again. After preaching the good word consistently for the last 2 years, Father Jalen Rose took a little bit of a sabbatical this year. I don't think we've talked about him since last summer. Father Jalen, he could feel his flock at Woke United Methodist getting a bit tired of hearing his message of mythical racism. So he took a little break. Matter of fact, my sources tell me that Father Jalen had a rendezvous with Stephen A. Smith during his vacation. Just in case you didn't know, Brother Stephen A., he has been off Woke Take for about a month now, rehabbing what he calls a shoulder injury. Now, I'm not entirely sure how an injured shoulder can prevent someone from talking out of their ass on national television, but Brother Stephen A., he's been on sabbatical as well. Anyway, my sources tell me that Father Jalen, Brother Stephen, they enjoyed a nice weekend together last weekend. They booked a nice room at the Brokeback Hotel located on the corner of Racism Road and Alphabet Avenue in New Woke City. Friday night, they pounded shots of cucumber Ciroc at the hotel bar. Later in the evening, they pounded each other during a session of the Butt Bongo. Saturday night, they invited their brothers and sisters in Woke to a meeting in the hotel conference room. Father Jalen is looking to make his triumphant return to the pulpit this Sunday. He needed a good brainstorming session. He needed some help with his sermon. He knows his congregation is tired of being cucumbered over mythical racism when it pertains to black people. Brothers and sisters, we must find a new group to marginalize. We must find a new group to victimize. America is tired of hearing about mythical racism with our people. We must keep the movement going. Who can we use next? Before he could finish his thought, a hand raised in the back of the room. It was the hand of Max Kellerman, freshly removed from the pants of the non-binary. Max Kellerman was performing a gender confirmation. So he raises his hand. Father Jalen points in his direction, allows him to speak. Father Jalen, how great thou art. Let me start by apologizing for my white privilege. I fall to my knees. Let's all take a moment of silence as I atone for my sin of being born white. Father Jalen, I have an excellent idea for your next sermon. Why don't you create mythical racism as it pertains to Mount Rushmore? Those evil white bastards, they stole that land from the Indians. Indians? Indians? Sister Max, how dare you violate the first woke commandment? Indian is a racist term. You must refer to them as guardians. Come to the front of this room so I can punish you with the cucumber. Although Max Kellerman was brutally punished for using the word Indians to describe guardians, Father Jalen was impressed with his idea. I mean, it makes sense, right? Mount Rushmore has to be offensive to minority groups. It's a mountain that features the face of 4 white men. How could anything be more offensive? Where's the diversity? Where's the inclusion? How come Mount Rushmore didn't include the face of the president of the Guardians from the 1700s? This is a wrong that must be made right. Also, Mount Rushmore, it's often used when describing greatness. We often hear debates about who's on the Mount Rushmore in the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball. We hear these same debates when it comes to music. Each time that happens, we offend a minuscule portion of the population. Father Jalen Rose, he's on a mission to correct this injustice. Wednesday, Father Jalen took to Twitter to release a sneak peek of his sermon on Sunday. Attendance has been on the decline at Woke United Methodist. More and more Americans are realizing these people are full of shit. Donations are drying up. The collection plate's getting lighter and lighter. New membership requests, they're at their lowest level since 2019. People are no longer starving for the good word. Instead, people are starving for truth and authenticity, the 2 biggest enemies to the religion of woke. As one of the leaders at Woke United Methodist, Father Jalen must combat the enemy with lies and propaganda. Check out this teaser of what his parishioners will be hearing on Sunday morning. Roll the film.
Why do you think Washington changed their name from Redskins? I do a show and didn't say that word for 8 years. And my co-host David Jacoby, we both said they're going to change the name one day. Why? Because it's offensive. What about the Cleveland Indians? Same thing. Why did they change the name? Because it's offensive. So I want to continue to challenge myself and to challenge you to do something. Can we retire using Mount Rushmore? That should be offensive to all of us, especially Native Americans, the indigenous people, who were the first people here before Christopher Columbus. That land was stolen from them when it was discovered that it contained gold. And 25 years later, to add insult to injury, 4 American presidents were put on what we call Mount Rushmore, on the top of the dead bodies that is buried right underneath. So I call for you and for myself, I'm owning this too. Let's stop using the term Mount Rushmore when we talking about our favorite rappers, talking about our favorite movies, we talking about our favorite players. I know you're going to see this video, and I know you're going to take action.
Oh, doesn't that make you want to wake up early Sunday morning and head straight to Woke United Methodist? I don't know about you guys, but I cannot wait. I'm so excited. They are shifting the focus away from African Americans and looking to victimize the Guardians. First of all, the Redskins and Indians, they did not change their name out of nobility. They changed their name because they got tired of hearing shitfucks like Jalen Rose constantly complaining about the mythical racism. Both name changes were a mistake. We just talked earlier this week about the ratings and attendance decline in Cleveland since they changed their name to the Guardians. Dan Snyder, owner of the Redskins, he decided to go with the ridiculous sounding Commanders to appease the woke shitfucks. Then he had to testify in front of Congress and was hit with numerous lawsuits. There is no loyalty in the woke movement. These people will use you until you no longer serve a purpose. It doesn't matter how much money you donate. If you donate $1 million, they ask you why you didn't give them $2 million. If you stock their hotel room with a bucket full of iced cucumbers, they ask why you didn't supply the hand lotion. It's never enough. The truth is, there is nothing offensive about Redskins or Indians. Matter of fact, 90% of Native Americans don't find the names offensive. It makes them feel proud. The only people they are hurting with the name change is the same people they're supposedly trying to protect. As you heard in the teaser, Father Jalen is planning to issue a directive this Sunday. I come to you today, my brothers and sisters, with a heavy heart. I am issuing a new directive. We must stop using the term Mount Rushmore. Now, don't be confused. This is not a request. If you want to continue receiving invitations to the Traveling Butt Bongo Festival, you are not allowed to use the term Mount Rushmore. After Sunday, it is officially added to the list of woke boner words. And let me clear something up real quick. Mount Rushmore was not taken from Native Americans. It was won in a war, the Great Sioux War of 1876. That's what happens in war. The winner takes all. The winner writes the history. We can't go back 150 years and change what happened. If we had the ability to go back in time, I'm sure there are many other more important things that most people would change, like, I don't know, allowing Marxists to infect colleges and universities, preventing the rise of feminism, which poisoned the minds of millions and led to the collapse of the nuclear family. Right now, I think most people living in low-income communities would like to go back and not defund the police. The point is, there are many things we wish we could change that are more important than the land a fucking mountain sits on. At the conclusion of the teaser, Father Jalen implored his lonely male followers to take action. Suspend this offensive word from your vocabulary. Do not call it Mount Rushmore. You must call it mountain that features the faces of 4 racist presidents. You know you're on the wrong side of an issue. You know you have inserted the cucumber too far when the virgins on woke Twitter are calling you a sensitive dumbass. I read through some of the 250 or so comments. almost all disagreed with Jalen Rose. This fucking guy, this dude represents everything wrong with ESPN. This is the same guy who called Kristaps Porzingis racist because he said stay woke. Now you would figure the pastor at Woke United Methodist would take that as a compliment. Stay woke, stay baptized, stay in the good word. That should be positive, right? No. Father Jalen calls that mythical racism. This is the same guy who was supposedly racially sensitive, but called Kevin Love the token white guy because America was supposedly afraid to send an all-black team to the Olympics. This is the same guy that claimed modern athletes have a responsibility to protest because Muhammad Ali protested in the late 1960s. Now, I know Jalen Rose isn't all that intelligent. I mean, there really are some intelligent woke shit fucks. Max Kellerman, Bomani Jones, that's all I can think of. But there's a huge difference between Muhammad Ali and LeBron James. Huge difference. Muhammad Ali was protesting a war. He was protesting a war that the majority of the country didn't agree with. The military was drafting civilians against their will. They were forcing young men to join the military and go fight in Vietnam. That was a legitimate protest. What are modern athletes protesting against? If you ask the prepubescent boy, Megan Rapinoe, what he's protesting, could he tell ya? There is no fucking war. The military's not forcing young men and women along with the non-binary. They're not forcing them to join the military. Modern athletes are protesting against a problem that doesn't exist. They're speaking out against an issue that they created. That is the difference between Muhammad Ali and the prepubescent boy. Not the only difference, of course. Muhammad Ali is a legend in boxing. Megan Rapinoe is a useless shit fuck. But let me know what you think. Jalen Rose calling for the end of Mount Rushmore. Will his directive be effective? Will it be accepted? Or will it be ignored? Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com, KC_BTL84 on Twitter. I'll see you guys later.